Welcome to day 1 of 21-day SQL challenge. Each day we will try to solve at least 5 SQL queries so that by the end of the challenge we'll be solving 21 into 5, that is 105 SQL queries, which will be definitely useful while attending interviews. So this question is taken from Leet Code and it is a big country problem. So this question has a table called world and there are 5 different columns in this table. The first one is name, which is a varchar, that is a string type column, and it is acting as the primary key. Next is continent, again a string type column, that is a varchar type, and the third one is area, which is an integer type column. And then there is population, which is again a integer type column. And the last column is GDP, which is a big integer or big int, which means it's a huge value. Okay. Now let's understand how this table will look like. So this is an example of world table. The names of each country is given and this is a primary key, which means all the names will be unique identifier for this table. And then there is continent, that is the continent to which the given country belongs to, area of the given country, and the population of the given country. And the last column is GDP, which is again an integer data type, but the value will be huge. That's what big int means. Okay, now let's read the question. So a country is big if it has an area of at least 3 million or it has a population of at least 25 million. So we say, the question says that a country is considered as big country if it satisfies any of these two conditions. The first condition is that the area should be 3 million, or if the population is at least or minimum of 25 million, then the country is considered as big. So if it satisfies any of these two conditions, the country will be considered as a big country. Now the question is, write a solution to find the name, population and area of the big country. Return the result table in any order. So again we will go with the same 3 steps. The first step is to identify what you need to display or execute. So here if you read the question, it clearly states you need to find the name, population and area. So what and all are to be found? Name, then population and area. These are the things to be found. Since it is not deleting or creating and it is just fetching, we will use the select statement. Okay, then we will move on to the third step directly. What is the third step? What is the condition? So here if you look, there are 2 conditions. That is, you have to find whether the country is big. So in order for a country to be classified as big, there are 2 conditions. The first one is that the area should be at least 3 million or the population should be at least 25 million. So there are 2 conditions. First is area should be at least means minimum. So less than, greater than or equal to 30,000. 30 million. Sorry, 3 million. Or what is the second condition? The population should be at least 25 million. So population should be greater than or equal to 25 million. Okay, so these are the two conditions. And what else is to be done? The second step is to be done. So that is, where is this data? So if you look at the column names, name, population, area and population, all these belong to one table called the world table. So we will use from clause and get the data from the table world. If these were in different, if these columns were in different table, we would have to first join and then execute the from statement. Okay, so since we got all the necessary information, let's start writing the code. So select, first we'll start with select. Why do we use select? Because we have to fetch the details and not delete or create. Okay, so we'll use select, name, population and area. From where do we have to fetch it? From world table. And what is the condition? Where area should be greater than or equal to 3 million and population should be greater than or equal to 25 million. So this is the code. Let's run it. And yes, that's the output. So I hope you understood this question, and now you are getting how to solve a query much more clearly by using these 3 steps. I hope you are getting a hang of it, and as we keep on practicing more and more questions, you can do it without writing all these steps. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.